I'm gonna show you the fastest, most effective way to delete hard inquiries from your credit report for 100% free. On today's episode, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to delete hard inquiries for free. You shouldn't have to pay anybody to do this for you, as it is very simple. You're gonna be shocked. So part number one, we're going to walk you through where to get your credit reports for free. Part number two, I'm gonna walk you through how to actually delete these hard inquiries from your credit report. And part three, I'm gonna show you exactly how they are affecting your credit score so you get a full understanding, because there's a lot of misconceptions and misinformation out there all over social media. So make sure that you watch this till the end, because there's gonna be a lot of good sauce in this video. Step number one, we're going to go to annualcreditreport.com. Again, the website is annualcreditreport.com. We're going to pull our credit reports for free from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Now remember, you can pull them once a week for free. Now you want to make sure that you take your time when you fill out all of the information on annualcreditreport.com, because if you answer any of the actual personal questions wrong, it will lock you out and they will make you call a phone number to have them send you a physical copy of your credit report, and you do not want to do that. They're gonna ask you a bunch of trick questions. You're gonna be like, what? This makes no sense. It's supposed to trick you, so don't let it trick you, because you don't wanna get locked out and have to wait 2 weeks to get your credit report, because generally it can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks for them to send you a physical copy of your credit report in the mail. Do not, and I repeat, do not print out your credit report. It will be massive. You want to actually download it as a PDF, because it's gonna be anywhere from 12 to 120 pages. I've seen them past 200 pages. So you want to make sure that you just actually pull up that you're going to print it, and then click the button at the very bottom that says PDF and download your copy onto your computer or your phone, because you can do this from your phone also. Now you have a copy of your credit report, and I want you to go all the way down to the very bottom of your credit report. Once you get past all of the accounts, at the very bottom is where you're going to find hard inquiries. Now there's going to be separate pages for soft inquiries. Completely ignore those. Soft inquiries do not matter. They do not affect your credit score. They do not affect you in any way, shape, or form. So you want to focus on only the hard inquiries. Now you're going to look at your Equifax credit report, and you're going to look for all the hard inquiry names and the dates that they happen. Write that on one piece of paper. Separate piece of paper, you're going to write down for Experian all the names of the hard inquiries and the dates they happen. And now for TransUnion, on a separate piece of paper, you're going to write down the names of the hard inquiries and when they happen. Now we're going to call all 3 credit reporting agencies, but make sure to understand that you do not want to call them first thing in the morning, because there's going to be a massive influx of people calling them. You do not want to call them close to the end of the business day. So between 4 and 6 p.m. do not call. You want to call them right after lunchtime. So around 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. right after they've had their lunch, they've got their break, and they are in a better mood, because remember, these people get yelled at every day. Now I'm going to put the numbers up on the screen here for Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Make sure to screenshot it and save it on your phone for future references. Now you're going to call each one of these credit reporting agencies individually. So you'll start with Equifax at the top of the list, and then you'll work your way down. Whenever you call them, you need to speak to someone in the fraud department. Follow the prompt that leads you to the fraud department. Don't speak to anyone else. Don't click any other buttons. Go straight to the fraud department. That's who we want to talk to. And you need to be the nicest person you've ever been. Last part is the most important. Once you get someone on the phone, they're going to want to verify your information. Like, hey, can I get your name, please? Your social security number, your date of birth. What can I help you with? Well, hey, man, how you doing today? They say, oh, I'm doing okay. Yeah, thanks. Well, first off, man, I just want to tell you thank you for taking this time. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not here to yell at you today. And let's be honest, man, how many times have you been yelled at today on the phone? Like, oh my God, so many. I was like, listen, I'm not that guy today. I've got something so simple, man. It's gonna be very easy, and I was wondering if you can help me with something. I had a small issue on my credit report. Oh, okay, well, sure. Well, tell me what's going on. Well, man, I was looking at my credit report, and I noticed that there's some hard inquiries that I do not recognize on my credit report. So I was wondering if you can help me with these. I did not authorize these hard inquiries, so I would like for you to help me delete them today, if that's cool, man. I would greatly appreciate all your help today. Of course, he's gonna be like, all right, cool, man. man. Yeah, well, tell me which ones they are. So you're gonna go down the list with them one by one. You're gonna tell them the actual company that did the hard inquiry and then the date. And at the end of it, they're gonna want to place a fraud alert on your credit report. You say, listen, no, man, I'm good. Like, I don't need the fraud alert. I really don't. I've got credit monitoring, so like it sends me notifications to my phone all the time. So I don't really want those fraud alerts because it does not look good on your credit report. So I would greatly appreciate if you just don't put fraud alerts on my credit report. Is that cool, bro? You're gonna say, oh, okay, yeah, no problem, man. You do not want fraud alerts on your credit report because this is a big red flag to any lender and it will stop you in the process and it can actually get you declined, or they'll say, sorry, we can't help you because we're being blocked from accessing your credit report. So make sure you do not put any fraud alerts on your credit reports. You want to make sure that you stay cool, calm, and collected the entire time. Listen, Experian and Equifax, they're going to be pretty cool. Sometimes Equifax will give you a little bit of pushback, but TransUnion is going to give you a super hard time. Now, if you get some representative that's going to push back on you, say, hey, listen, man, it sounds like you're having a bad day. I'm really not the guy that wants to argue with you, so I appreciate all your help. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hang up the phone and then call back again. Speak to a different representative. Don't give up. They expect you to give up, especially TransUnion. TransUnion's been pushing back for years. So understand they're not there to help you, but you got to convince them to help you. I want you to understand something very important. Credit is about risk. We need to present ourselves as a low risk borrower to all of our lenders whenever we're applying for any type of credit. So I'm going to show you some very privileged FICO slides that I got directly from FICO, the people that come up with your credit score. More than 90% of lenders use a FICO scoring algorithm. Credit Karma is a Vantage 3.0 that lenders do not use. So it's important to understand that you're not going to see these slides anywhere else, and FICO doesn't give them away after they gave them to me because now I'm showing them to everybody. So let's take a look at this slide that says the pursuit of new credit. This is when you're applying for credit. So in the purple, that's for a young thin file. A young thin file is a file that usually has less than 2 years of credit history. And now in the green, a mature thick file is someone that has more than 4 years of positive payment history on their credit report. So the thicker the file, the less risk. But even then, with 4 hard inquiries, you are deemed high risk to the FICO scoring algorithm. That's crazy, right? 4 hard inquiries, that's it. You're not supposed to be looking for credit all the time. That's what consumers do not understand, because credit is not supposed to be a parachute. It's supposed to be just something that's used to show that you are responsible and you pay on time. So anything more than 4 is considered bad on the FICO scoring algorithm, and you are considered a high risk borrower, and we don't want that. This is kind of the reason why Chase has that rule. It's the 524 rule. So if you have 5 new accounts in the most 24 months or 5 hard inquiries in the most recent 24 months, you'll automatically get declined with Chase Bank. But there's ways to fix that. But I want you to pay attention to this next slide I'm going to put up. It says types of inquiries. Hard inquiries. FICO scores only consider consumer initiated inquiries for credit posted in the last 12 months. So people think that hard inquiries are hurting their credit for such a long time. Guess what? No, they're not. Once they hit the 12-month mark, they are not affecting your credit score any longer. Now, they will stay on your credit report for up to 24 months. Now, after 24 months, they will fall off on their own. If they do not, you just pick up the phone using the phone numbers I gave you and call them and let them know if they are in fact past the 24-month mark and they must be deleted. Also be aware, you do not want to attack any hard inquiries that are attached to any open or closed accounts on your credit report. If you do this, they can potentially deem it fraud and close your accounts or remove the accounts and delete them from your credit reports, and you do not want that. So remember, do not attack any hard inquiries that are attached to any open or closed accounts. Anything else is game on. Now, if you apply for any business credit and you were the personal guarantor and they checked your personal credit, if you attack those hard inquiries, they can potentially close your business accounts. So be aware. Some people say, no, that's not true, Mike. You can still attack them. You can attack anything you want, but I'm just warning you of what could potentially happen. Now, this is the last slide I'm going to show you. This is the inquiry logic slide. Now, look at the 45-day one. The 45-day window. Outside this 30-day period, multiple auto, mortgage, student loan related inquiries that occur within any 45-day period are treated as a single inquiry. So you can apply to multiple car lenders, multiple mortgage lenders, and multiple student loan lenders, and it only counts as one. So when people freak out and say, oh my God, it's tanked my credit score. Well, it's actually not true. It only affects you once. So stop freaking out because your Credit Karma score told you something that's not true. A FICO scoring algorithm only treats it as one hard inquiry when you do multiple pulls within that 45-day window. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that simple. Make sure that you watch the next video because it is about how to delete charge-offs. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.